how to avoid or even reverse some of the footwork related injuries, knee pain, etc. Find out today at the Knowledge Drop. Focus. Yeah, welcome to the Knowledge Drop by Focus at the Flomo Crew, BBOYDojo.com and Cypher Studio. People constantly hit me up about how to avoid knee pain in footwork. Let's figure it out today. Before we go any further, let's make it clear. If you have any sort of trauma in your knee already, with your ankles, with your hips, with your body, with your mind, body, and soul, in general, see a professional. Start out from there. See a doctor, see a physiotherapist, or any other person with a degree who can help you to go further. With that being said, let's move on. I do believe that breaking can be therapeutic for your body as well. Not just your mind, but for your body too, if you do it smart and if you do it right. Here's how I deal with some of the footwork related injuries or even avoid new ones in the future. Number one is master your form. A great form not only makes your footwork look beautiful, but also supports your well-being. I believe that with the perfect form and great execution, footwork is safe. So the closer you work towards a perfect form, the more safer your breaking gets. But your body has to be ready and conditioned towards the perfect form as well. And if it's not, you gotta work your way up there. Often on my classes and workshops, when we work towards a perfect footwork form, a perfect way of sitting in your footwork and your perfect front stance, people complain that their flexibility is not enough, that their hips are not flexible to a wide and dope, open kind of footwork stance. In a perfect form, you sit on top of your legs and the legs carry most of the weight, and the transition between the arms and the leg is smooth and fluent. But the problem often isn't in the hips, unlike many people think on the class. It's often in the ankles and the bottoms of your feet. We are conditioned to train our upper body strength and our lower body strength, our legs days. Anything up from our ankles, nothing down from our ankles gets trained. As a result, our ankles are stiff and our feet don't have no power, no strength, no flexibility at all. I see this on a class when people come on the class, try to work towards a great form sitting on top of their feet, but the ankles just don't bend to a perfect stance. The way I do it is I take a golf ball or any other hard ball that I can use to massage the bottom of my feet, without shoes of course. Massage and open up the bottoms of my feet so they open up from the stiffness that comes from not doing anything with them in general. Another thing I've used a lot is barefoot shoes. Shoes with so thin soles that your feet have to start working while you walk. Our feet are wrapped up in thick soles and air bubbles and often high quality equipment, whatever, but often also in too small shoe sizes. This leads into a position where our foot is wrapped up in plastic and condensed to a small size when it doesn't really allow it to do what it's supposed to do, which is support your body. So a perfect form to me starts from conditioning the bottoms of your feet and opening up the stiffness of the ankle so you are able to sit on top of your legs in a way that a perfect form requires. Work on your ankle flexibility so that your form can become balanced and support your health and well-being. Number two, master your return. Master your return. I speak a lot about this when I speak about mastering footwork. The return of your whip. It gets you back to your zero position towards a perfect stance and optimizes the way that you can keep your momentum towards your sweeps. The return has to be as active as your sweeps. Often people just half-ass their returns, and that leads to a bad kind of position where the foot is too much in the front, hazardous twist in your knee that just leads to injuries in meniscus and whatever. Master your return and make it active so that your flow can continue, the momentum can continue without creating that twist into your knee and makes your flow more safe. Number three, get your hips involved. Even on the reverse, the weaker side. To create momentum in your footwork, you need to have your hips involved. And that is even more difficult when you switch direction. Often people have a dominating direction in their footwork, and when we switch that direction, start to drill the other direction, the use of hips ceases to exist. Now, besides making your footwork more powerful, this also makes your footwork more safe. Without no hip movement, you can end up in a situation with a nasty twist in the knee that might hurt your meniscus. So the combination of a perfect form, great returns, and a great use of hips leads into a position where your flow remains fluent and the transition of weights are smooth, and that gives no extra impacts on your body. So again, it's more safe. This is where I had to work the hardest with my footwork during the recent years. I've been constantly drilling the basics, such as the coffee grinder, on the more challenging side, and that has evened out my flow, taught me a better use of hips, and also evened out some of the knee pain in my right knee. Even with the torn meniscus on my right knee, I've noticed that when I start to flow on the other direction with my hips included, it's actually resolving some of the previous trauma in my knee. So I've used footwork as my physiotherapy if it's done with awareness. So figure out how you can do the same, and you open up the doors for longevity. And next up, head out to BBOYDojo.com, join my free footwork workshop, and let's work on some hooks. Thank you for tuning in. Knowledge Drop is out. See you on the next one. Peace!